All right, so here we are on the live stream. This is going to be my episode 2. I've done the first episode. It was pretty cool to have you guys come in and ask all these questions. So this will be episode number 2. I'm going to try to do these episodes like every Sunday so you guys can ask me the questions here. The reason I want to do Q&A every Sunday is because it is really difficult for me to explain what I mean by certain things by typing it down on the comment section. I think it's easier for me just to do this, and then you can come here on Q&A and ask me all these questions. It's also difficult for me to answer your questions while I'm live streaming. The best place it would be on Q&A. That's where you should come in. Like right now, this is the place for you to come in and ask all of these questions that you have on your mind. Regarding 4K TVs, what's up, Joseph Phillips? Thank you, Joseph Phillips, man. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. How you doing, man? How's your Sunday going? How's everything? Hopefully, you got a good Sunday going on. Hopefully, no drama. That's all I can hope for. Right? In case you guys are wondering what this Sound Ritual shirt is, Sound Ritual is the company I used to work for back in the days in Miami for the club space. I used to help with the cable management, stuff like that for Georgia Costa. Who else I did it for? There's a couple of DJs that were there. They used to be there. Paul Van Dyke and Jesus Christ, who was the other guy? Oscar G. Oscar G. That was there. It was a long time ago, man. Long time ago. So in case you guys are wondering what that is. So now this is the time for you guys to ask like any questions that you might have. You know, this is it. Like that's why I want to do Q&A every Sunday around 1 p.m. for about a couple of hours, and have you guys ask these questions, you know. Because a lot of you are asking me these questions while I'm live streaming or on the comment section. It's really hard for me to explain on the comment sections what I mean by certain things. It's better if I just talk to you face to face like this. I mean, not face to face, but camera to the laptop, and then answer those questions. Go ahead, Lee, ask a question. What do you have, Lee? By the way, welcome to live stream, Lee. Go ahead, ask a question. Thank you, Lee. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to the Apple TV 4K and let the TV, let the Apple automatically decide when you have HDR content on and when you don't have HDR content on. When you select HDR always on, what happened is then you're not getting that frame that was supposed to be there, original frames, and then you're also not getting that proper high dynamic range. So let Apple communicate with your TV and your content. Let the Apple decide which content's HDR, which one's Dolby Vision, and which one is not. Because when you are compressing that HDR and Dolby Vision onto a content that wasn't designed for HDR and Dolby Vision, what happened is you get a very blurry and choppy picture. It just doesn't look good. What's up, Jackknife? How you doing, man? Abdul Nazar, how you doing? Yeah, keep it at SDR because it's going to detect automatically. Apple TV 4K, it's going to detect that content automatically. It's going to track it down. And if you're playing a movie that's HDR, it's automatically going to turn it on. So you don't have to do anything. Same thing with the Dolby Vision. If your TV supports Dolby Vision, which is dynamic metadata, the Apple will automatically turn that Dolby Vision on. You will see the little logo says Dolby Vision, so you don't have to worry about anything. And if you're watching a non-HDR content, then you're going to be watching a non-HDR content. You know, you don't want to compress it. I made a mistake. I know I'm guilty of this too. I made a mistake where I had compressed HDR and compressed Dolby Vision, but that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Joseph Phillips, how you doing, man? Do I think the 65-inch version of the T-Seal is worth it? For $1,000, you can't go wrong. Honestly, you're getting a big size. 65 inch is a perfect size for a home viewing. Okay, unless you're living in some big, gigantic arena, then you might want to go something bigger. But 65 inch for home use, it's more than enough, man. 7 feet away, 8 feet away, 65 inch is perfect. So yeah, I mean, for $1,000, you're getting a Dolby Vision, HDR. You can't go wrong with that size and that picture quality with the photon technology and everything, you know. Remember, T-Seal is not the best TV ever made. I don't think there's such thing as the best TV ever made. It's definitely a great entry level for the people who want to step up into a 4K and HDR. It's the most affordable 4K premium quality HDR Dolby Vision television out there. Okay, obviously, you know, we have big dogs like QLED, Z9D, Q9FN, Z9D. Of course, these are the big ones. These are like the big dogs, but they will cost you $3,000, $4,000. We're talking about big money here. That, guys. Okay, let's see what else we have. Bruce Wayne, what is better sound, HDMI or optical cable, direct line? I think HDMI will give you that pass-through. So HDMI is better. You know, if you're running a HDMI pass-through on your arc return, you're gonna get that Dolby Vision and HDR with Dolby Atmos. So yes, HDMI, it's much better choice over the optical. But optical will still get the job done if all you care is audio and you don't care about the visuals. Will still get the job done. But HDMI, a really good HDMI cable, arc return on your receiver is going to do a much better job. So yeah, I would recommend HDMI for sure. Sakris Caspera Veila, what do you think about Samsung Q900R 8K TV? Well, that's, you know, we're talking about wealthy people now. We're talking about rich people, you know. How many of you can actually jump into something like that? The only way you can jump into something like that would be either you finance it through credit, but if you finance it through credit card, imagine by the time you pay that TV off with the interest rates, that TV is going to cost you more than what the original price is. So it's a great TV, but like any technology, you have to remember something. When you adapt to new technology, it's going to cost you arm and leg. You want to buy the best and latest with all the bells and whistles, is going to cost you a lot of money. That's the kind of price you're going to pay for having the best of the best. I would suggest go with something like Q9F. Q9F was $4,000. Now Q9F has dropped down from $4,000. It's on sale to $3,000 for 65 inches. 65 inch for Q9FN. That's a pretty good size, man. Can't go wrong. Let me see. You guys are pretty fast. Lee says, the TV I have, Mr. 4K, it's Hisense 43HC7C. So far, I've been enjoying it. Look, Lee, it's a great entry-level 4K TV. You know, it's going to get you that nice 4K resolution and somewhat good color gamut with somewhat decent peak brightness. But don't expect anything majorly super great on that panel. You know, it's going to get the job done. But don't expect to get the best out of your 4K HDR movies, and don't expect to get the best out of your 4K HDR games. I'm just being honest, you know, guys, you get what you pay for. The best, this is why I recommend R617. I mean, you're already spending $400. You're already spending $600, $500. Might as well go with something that's going to give you better technology, NBP photon technology. That's kind of similar to quantum dot. It's not exactly quantum dot, but it's kind of similar to quantum dot. So there's better choices out there. All right, let me see. Bruce Wayne, thank you, sir. All right, thank you. You're welcome. House MD. How you doing, House MD, man? What's up, bro? How you doing? What's going on? Bjorn, what is the best 4K TV under 400 euros? I live in Europe, but I don't know if TCL works here. I'm not sure how the European market, the UK market works. I don't want to mention his name, but I guess I have to mention his name. The best person to ask that question would be somebody like HDTV Tests, Vincent Teo. Ask Vincent Teo because he's there. He's also sponsored by a television shop. That's a big television shop in UK. You can talk to him about that. He'll probably tell you exactly what's the best under 400 euros. So you got to talk to Vincent Teo about that. Because I can't tell you because I don't live there. It's really hard for me because I don't keep up with the European market. I only keep up with the North American market. You know, Canada, Latin America, Mexico, here, United States, stuff like that. Lee, let's see. You're welcome, Jordan. Lee 1302. By the way, just so people understand, when I roast, you know, Vincent Teo, I just do it for fun. You know, I don't do it because I don't like the guy. I just do it because sometimes it's just, you know, I like to poke him once in a while. That's all. And he likes to joke around too. He likes to joke around in his videos, man. He makes sketches and too. Let's see. Errol, have I spoke to Vincent Teo? We briefly spoke. Like briefly. You know, we exchanged few words here and there. That's all. I had a question for him. He answered it back. He knows who I am, obviously. Hold on. Let me see. Errol Peter, what about LG 49-inch 4K television and Sony UBP X800? It depends on what type of LG, Errol. You know, you got to give me a model number. Are you talking about a nanocell technology? If you're talking about 50-inch nanocell technology, which I don't think they have the nanocell. I think they go up to 60 to 65. It depends really on a model. If you're gonna go with the LG, I would go with the nanocell technology, man. Those are the best that you can get on the LG for like $1,000. That's like the best you can get. Let's see. And what about the UBP X800? You talking about a 4K player, UBP X800? Look, it's good. It's still kind of pricey. It's like 270, 300. There's better choices out there. Sony 4K players are good, but they're just too plasticky to me. You know, like they just, like the new one they got, it just feels too, it feels like it can break. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel sturdy. Let me see. Sakis says, I noticed that the upscale method that Xbox One X is better than my PlayStation 4 Pro. What do you think? Well, that's because Xbox One X has much better GPU, CPU, memory. It has much more horsepower to render and upscale that resolution. Okay, so therefore, the Xbox One X has extra horsepower to do it. Now, I don't know what type of HDMI they're using in there. Some people say that the Xbox One X has the ability to future-proof through some firmware updates on their hardware to bypass the 2.0 into 2.1. So basically, what you're going to see in the future, you'll see an update where Xbox One X will be able, through a firmware update, to utilize Belkin 2.1 HDMI pass-through cable. Now, this is still not 100%. They're still working on this. There's nothing official from Microsoft, but there's a company out there that it's working on that, the last I heard. You guys can look it up on Google and you will see. How do I spell Vintage? I don't know. I don't even know what that is, Bjorn. I wish I could help you. I don't know what that is. What's the TV? Lee says, what's the TV you was recording? Was it rec or? Oh, you mean what's the TV that I usually record my videos on? Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, man. I just can't like. make out on that question, Lee. The name of the guy I recommended, go to HD TV Tests. His name is Vincent, you know, Vincent, Vincent Theo, Theo. Go to HD TV Test. He's a big guy. He's got about like 83,000 subscribers. He's a professional calibrator. And even though I disagree with him on the professional calibration and all that stuff, I don't agree that you have to spend thousands of dollars on calibrating equipment. And I don't think you should spend $900 somebody coming to your house. If you have the knowledge, if you know how to, if you know what to look for, if you know what to avoid, then you honestly don't need that equipment. Yes, the equipment is going to help you. I'm not saying that it's not going to help you. It's going to help you much faster to do that, but you're going to spend a lot of money, you know, on that stuff. And unless you want to get into a professional calibrating business to make money off of that, then I suggest you buy the equipment. And then you go to people's houses, you start your business, and then you start calibrating people televisions. Go to their houses, start calibrating their televisions. Go to studios, start calibrating studios. Of course, you have to have knowledge. You have to be certified. I went to school for that. I went to video productions back in the days in the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. I had that major. I still have diploma. I've done that. It's just that I disagree. It's just that I disagree that you necessarily have to buy all that equipment, that you necessarily have to pay $900, $800 to have some guy for 6 hours, 7 hours sit in your house and calibrate your TV. If you have knowledge, I'm not saying you can just go ahead and do it without knowledge. You have to have knowledge first. You need to learn. You need to read read books. You need to study to understand what Rec 709 means, how they measure the color gamut. You need to understand what the chroma upsampling means, what the color space means. You need to understand how this panel works, what's vertical alignment, what's twisted pneumatic. We need to understand what the in-place switching means. You got to learn all of this stuff, you know, before you can actually do it yourself. I've been doing this for a long time, so I know what to look for. I personally don't need to spend money on the calibrating equipment because I already know what to look for and what to avoid. But that doesn't mean that I don't like him. It's just that we have differences of opinion. I have different method, and he's got only one method. Okay. So that's a debate for you guys to decide. The TV I recommended was TCL R617 Lee, but I don't think they have TCL R617 in United Kingdom. You could look for nanocell technology, nanocell TV. That's also by they call it Super UHD TVs here in the United States. I don't know what they call it in UK. That's why I said you should talk to him. Because he's in UK and he's in that market. He knows all of these brands. You should talk to Vincent Theo. I'm not in UK. I'm not in Europe, so I cannot tell you how the market fluctuate there, especially with this whole Brexit thing. As you all know, the Brexit, UK now is not part of the European Union. I don't know if that has affected the market. So, like I said, you got to talk to him about that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, you live in US? Then if you live in US, then get the 55 R617. That's the model number, 55 R617. That's the TCL R617 model. Just type in 55 R617 and you're gonna find that model. What's up, man? Matt, how you doing, Matt? How are you, bro? What's up, dog? What TV? Let me see. Expert Joey says, my moderator says, what TV would you, what TV would be the next step in quality from TCL? 55 R617. The next step up from the R617, I would recommend the big dog. You got to go all the way, dude. You got to go from premium to elite. And of course, we're talking about, it's expensive. I'm not saying, oh, run out and buy this TV immediately. It is expensive, but you get what you pay for. Q9FN for $3,000, 65-inch. It has unbelievable deep dark levels. It has billions of these quantum dot little cells inside to reproduce 100% color accuracy. It has 120 frames per second, meaning you can, it's a refresh rate of 120 frames per second. It has a 120 hertz refresh rate. You can connect your PC to it. You can play your PC game on 120 frames per second on a big 65-inch full wide color gamut TV in 4K. So you can play Battlefield 5 with 120 frames per second with your RTX graphics card. So there's a lot on that TV that you can do, man. I could spend days and days talking about that TV and just the amount of features that it has. It's an unbelievable TV, you know. Now, there's a lot of people out there, they like to nitpick. You know, they nitpick, and that's what they do. They're geeks. They're home theater geeks. They notice that the bending light once in a while, it's not as perfect as, let's say, the OLED. But hold on a second. We're talking about 2,000 nits, fella. We're talking about a 2,000 nits versus 840 nits on the OLED. So yes, of course, OLED is not going to have any bending because it emits by itself. Okay? But for an LED, mark my words, guys, for an LED, the Q9FN, it's the best there is currently as of today, September 23rd. 2018. There's nothing. This is the best LED next to Z9D. I would say Q9FN and then Z9D, or ZD9 as they call it in Europe. So these two, Q9FN and Sony Z9D, these two right now are like two titans fighting each other, man. They're like going after each other. It's like a King Kong versus Godzilla, pretty much. All right. What was the first, thank you, what was the first video game console that I owned? Oh my God, I gotta go back to Atari. What was it? No, it was way before Atari. It was Spectrum. Spectrum Sinclair, Spectrum ZX Sinclair. I don't even know if I want to call it a console, because it was really a computer. So I don't think that qualifies as a console. Commodore 64 was still considered a computer, so it doesn't qualify as a console. I would say my very first console was Atari 7000 something. I can't remember. 7600 or something like that was Atari 7000, I think. That's what it was. And then after that I had Jaguar, and after Jaguar I also had SNES, Super Nintendo, and then I had Genesis. Then I had Sega CD. What else I had? Oh my God, so many. But yeah, I would say Atari. Atari was my first. That was a long time ago, man. You know, that's like, Jesus, like 30-something plus years ago. If I can barely remember that. All right, guys, we got some more questions, because this is the time. This is the time to ask. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. This is the time to ask these questions. Okay, that's what I want to say. I guess you guys have no more questions. Well, that was quick. That's a relief. That's a relief, man. Yeah. I'll have a sip of coffee while you guys start asking questions. If you guys have any OLED questions, you can ask me OLED as well. You know, this is the time for you guys to ask me all these questions. It's a great TV. X900F, it's a great TV. It's right there next to Q9F and Z9D. It's just a little bit below Z9D. It's just a bit below Z9D and Q9F. But it's in it like in that same Godzilla versus King Kong arena, if you will, for the lack of a better term. You're talking about elite TVs. This is why I always try to put these TVs in different groups. You know, you got entry-level 4K TVs. You got premium tier level 4K TVs. And then you have the big dogs, the elites. The elites, we're talking $3,000, $4,000, A1E, you know, a C8, B8. We talk about the big dogs, you know, $4,000. Anything that goes above $3,000 to $4,000, we talk about Godzillas and King Kongs. It's you know, it's a big one gigantic arena of these monsters. Mario, what's up, Drifter? My first impression of OLED was exactly, by the way, thank you for stopping by, Drift. Drift has been a long time friend. He's been following me since forever. And he knows I've done OLED TV stuff. Was amazing. When I got my B6, I was blown away by the deep dark levels and the color. Because everything was emitting by itself. All the colors, red, green, blue, yellow, white, including the deep dark pitch black levels, everything was emitting by itself. And hold on. Everything was emitting by itself. And I was just blown away what I was seeing. Because there was no backlit. There was no light. And I was just blown away by the picture quality of the OLED. And I'm still blown away by the picture quality of the OLED. The only reason I cannot jump into OLED, guys, it's risky for me to invest into a TV that I have to babysit and that I have to worry about potential burn-in. You know what I mean? I just can't. I just can't take that risk when I can have something like Q9F or Z9D. You know what I mean? There's other options out there, guys. And I think Z9D is definitely going to be my next TV. You'll probably, guys, will see that TV in October. That's where the Red Dead Redemption tests will be dedicated on Z9D versus Sony versus KS8000 versus TCL. But I really want to compare not Z9D. I really want to compare Q9F to TCL. I just want to see how the NBP photon technology differentiates from a quantum dot technology over billions of colors, of 100% colors, versus above Rec 709 that TCL R617 has. So that will be interesting to see. And I'm also planning on getting a new camera, a Sony camera. So the Q9F videos will be done with a very high-end Sony camera. So you guys will have a 10-minute, 15-minute videos in an unbelievably great 4K quality on that. So get ready for October, man. Especially for Red Dead Redemption 2. It's going to be insane. So that's coming. That's happening. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. I just might as well say it here. I'm pretty sure some of you guys suspected that's coming because I've been talking about Q9F, Q9F, Q9F. So I've been talking about it. It means that it's coming. No, and I'm not joking. It's definitely coming. Let me see some of these questions. Mario Brizuela. I'm sorry. Marco, I'm sorry. Marco, did you own a PlayStation 2? Yes. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Marco Brizuela. Marco Brizuela. Yes, I did own a PlayStation 2. I actually had a difficult time getting a PlayStation 2 in October of 2000. But I was able to get one. I was able to rent PlayStation 2 from Blockbuster Video Store. I was the manager at a Blockbuster Video Store back then. And the Sony gave us a rental for a console. So I was able to rent the console, and I rented a console with a bunch of games like Tekken Tag Tournament, a bunch of other games, whatnot. And I played the hell out of Tekken Tag Tournament on PlayStation 2. So yes, I was renting a PlayStation 2 first, and I saw my first DVD, X-Men, on the DVD. I watched that. And then finally in January of 2001, I was able to get a PlayStation 2 console. I was able to get one in Target, and I finally got it. That's the long story short on how I got my PlayStation 2. Yes. Drifter says, what is your favorite TV at the moment that you own? My favorite TV, I mean, here's the deal, guys. I told you, when I reach certain subscribers, I'm going to do some giveaways. I got plenty of TVs, man. I got a lot of stuff, and I want to do a lot of giveaways. So when I reach 100K, when I reach 100,000 subscribers, you can bet there will be giveaways. I'll pay for the shipping. I'll pay for the handling. The giveaways, I don't care where you live. I'll pay for that. There will be giveaways when I hit 100K. And I exactly know who my members, subscribers, are going to get those giveaways. Because I got a lot of stuff, guys. I got a lot of stuff. And I want to do something back to you guys. I want to give something back. And I have a lot of giveaways. Doesn't matter where you live. Brazil, here, there. I don't care. I'll pay for the shipping and handling. So once we reach 100K, I will start doing some giveaways. I know we can reach 100K by 2021. My goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers by 2021. Hopefully we can do that by 2021. If we can do it early by 2020, that's great. But I'm being realistic here. I think we can reach 100K by 2021 November. That's my goal. 2021 November. Thank you. That's me being reasonable, looking at the statistics and my numbers and how things fluctuate. I'm guessing being reasonable here, 2021 November. So we'll see what happens. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't see what's going to happen tomorrow, the next week, the next month. Okay, I don't have that control. I just have a goal. This is my goal. This is my plan. But we'll see what happens. Now, getting back to your question, what's my favorite TV? Like I said, I got a lot of TVs. I think I got about 7 or 8 TVs from KS8000, Vizio M55C2, Sony X900E, TCL P605. I got another LG that's a Super UHD TV that's in the basement. I haven't been using it because I'm not happy with the IPS panel. It's just not that good. I got plasma TV, 50-inch from Panasonic. And I got another plasma from Samsung. Then I got TCL R617. Not to mention that I have 2 4K HDR monitors. One is the 32-inch, the other one's 28-inch. Then I got a... What else I got? I got another LG, 3D TV by LG. So my favorite TV at the moment, for the price, for the budget, for $600, it's TCL R617. But it's going to be very interesting to compare something that's $600 to $3,000. I know it's ironic, it's kind of stupid, but I think it's interesting to compare something that's at $600 versus something that's $3,000 Q9FN. And we're going to do those tests on October. October is going to be a very interesting month, man. You guys need to keep an eye for October. That's coming. So currently it's TCL R617 for me personally. TCL R617 is definitely my favorite TV that I own. I still love my KS8000. KS8000 is still a good TV, but that edge-lit, man, that edge-lit, it's just that it bothers my eyes because I'm so used to full array local dimming now. When I switch to edge-lit, it's like, what is this? You know. Let's see. Juicy Bones. I have a lot of... you got a lot of yellow on your... let me see. In your LG, I'm looking for something that don't suffer from the problem, but no one is talking about it. Here's the issue. Let me ask you this question, Juicy Bones. Is your LG IPS? And is it a VA panel? Is it an IPS panel or a VA panel? It depends also on the panel, because the LG likes to use different types of panels. Sometimes they would go with the IPS, and sometimes they would go with the vertical alignment. So it really depends on what type of panel they go with. If it's not nano cells, if he doesn't have nano cells, then don't buy it. LB 5500. I'm not familiar with that model. I would just need you to give me some more information. If you could give me some more information on, as long as you tell me what panel it is, like what type of panel it is it IPS? Is it twisted pneumatic? Is it vertical alignment? What type of panel it is? Is it a full rail local dimming? What's the dimming zones they're using? What type of dimming zones they're using? Stuff like that. You know, you got to give me a little bit more of detail on that LG TV. But if it's an entry level, I'll tell you right now, if it's not nano, super UHD nano technology, it's not going to be good. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, stay away from LG entry level TVs. This is why TCL is killing them on the market. TCL R617 is the premium quality TV that blows away even nanocell technology. That NBP photon technology blows away even nanocell technology. That's how good it is. It's similar to the quantum dot. The only difference is the nanocell technology doesn't have billions of colors like 100% that Samsung has. That's the only difference. So stay away from the entry-level LG 4K TVs, guys. It's just not worth it. Yeah, just stay away from that, man. This is why I don't recommend entry-level LG 4K. I recommend LG NanoCell. That's $1,000. But honestly, the amount of money you're going to spend on that NanoCell technology, you can get something cheaper and get TCL R617. You see how am I fluctuating with the pricings and the value? You got to look at your pricings and you got to look at your value. What is my value? And I think your value is you getting a good picture quality for something that's a reasonably good price, $600. You can save some money and you can have some extra money left to purchase a console, get some games, 4K player, etc., etc. Yeah, Juicy Bones, just let me know when you do find out. I'll let you know. As soon as you tell me what panel it is, what technology is behind it, I'll be able to tell you right away what the issue is. Tom, Joseph, sorry about that, guys. Thank you, Joseph Burbo. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I definitely appreciate that. Something has bitten me here in the back, man. I don't know. Is there... I think it was a fly, man. It was a goddamn fly just walked by. I don't know. Sorry about that. Something was flying around and just bit me, man. Just goddamn it. Anyway. Let me see the questions. It must have been a salty fly just flew in. All right, let's see. Tom says, are you going to review the 2018 Vizio Quantum Dot TVs? No, Tom, I will not, actually. I'm going to be mainly focused on the big dog Q9FN television versus the TCL. We'll be doing some comparisons between three different televisions, Q9FN versus TCL, and then versus Sony X900E. I think it will be interesting to see how something that's top tier level TV it's compared to something that's budget level quality tier TV. So like we'll try to do that. Top tier TV versus a budget premium quality TV to see how they fluctuate in terms of quality, stuff like that. You know, it's LED. But you see, it depends what type of LED. They're all LED, LCD. Here, let me explain something so that people understand. And I just want to explain this so that people understand the knowledge behind this. Every TV that's LED on the market, it uses a LCD panel. They are all pretty much LCD. We're still stuck with the LCD. The only difference is behind that LCD panel, what type of LED backlit are they using? What type of technology are they using to enhance the color? What type of technology they're using to dim that bleeding, bending light that's emitting from the LED lights? So it really depends on technology that's behind it. Sorry about that, Drift. I know. Nothing I can do about that, man. It's just something that my Elgato software has issue. I wish I can do something about that. So sorry about that. I wish I can do something about it. But there's nothing I can do about it right now at the moment. I have to use OBS for some reason. So you guys will have to just, you know, stick with this for now till I can get my OBS working, you know. What gave Thanos the right to play God? That's a good question, though. Well, because he is God in some sense. I think the best answer for that is the fact that he was able to collect 6 stones. Those who are the first one to collect 6 stones are going to be gods in the Marvel Universe. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Like I said, I got to go use OBS. Elgato really sucks. When it comes to live streaming, Elgato really sucks. Don't use Elgato software. Elgato software, it's garbage. OBS, Streamlabs, that's something I should have used, and I apologize. Next Q&A, I'm going to use OBS Streamlabs next time I do that. And I should have used the OBS. I don't know why I used this. So my apologies for that. Now it's too late. There's nothing I can do about that. But I'm pretty sure some salty hater gonna type on the comment section. All right, let's see what else we got. So yeah, Thanos. That's a good hypothetical question from Expert Joy as always. What makes him the god is the 6 stones. He's got those 6 quantum dot stones that he collected. All right, let's see what else we got. What other questions we have going on here. Yeah, Juicy Bones. If you can give me more info on that stuff, that'd be great. You know, a lot of people ask me to help them with their TVs, and here's something I want to say. It's really difficult for me to help somebody fix the problem if I'm not there at your house. I can give you some advices, and you can try to maybe try different things, different methods, but to truly, for me to know what's wrong with your TV, I have to be there in person. I mean, I got to be in your house. You know, I got to be in your house. I got to see your TV. I have to check everything. I have to check your connections. I have to see what kind of setup you're using. And I have to see what kind of TV it is, what type of technology is behind the TV. And then I'll be able to detect, to see what the issue is with the TV. So I really got to be there. I have to be there in person. What's up, Dwayne Johnson? The Dwayne Johnson's in the house, man. DJ's here, bro. My brother from Miami. What's up, DJ, man? How you doing? Dwayne Johnson's the beast. He's the beast, man. Don't mess with DJ. DJ used to play for Miami Hurricanes, man. In Miami. He went to the Miami University. DJ went to Miami University. And everybody knows DJ lives in Miami. Dwayne Johnson lives in Miami. Let's see. Tom says, is it true that the black levels on the new Samsungs are too aggressive and the blacks are too black where you miss out on the detail? Tom, I'm glad you asked that question. Tom, that's a good question. And all those answers will come soon. I will answer all of those questions once I get my hands on Q9FN. And you guys know the way I'm going to review that Q9FN next month in October, it's really going to be done in an honest way. I'm not gonna tell you some lullaby bedtime stories. I'm gonna be honest. If there's something wrong with that TV, I will address it. If there's some issues with that TV, I will address it. If I find something wrong with it, I will address it, like I always do. And it's going to be dedicated. It's not just going to be one video, 2 videos. It's going to be a lot of videos dedicated for that TV, comparisons and whatnot. Should you spend $3,000? Should you just stick with something that's a budget TV, $600? So remember, one advantage that you're always going to have from me is the fact that I'm always going to be honest with you. It's tough. Here's what I want to say. It is difficult for somebody who doesn't answer your comments. I hate to say it, but Vincent Theo is not going to reply to you guys. I hate to say the other guy that lives in Canada that has a YouTube channel with all the fancy cameras and video editing, he's not going to reply to you because he's looking at the numbers and statistics. He's looking at the analytic numbers and statistics to see how much he's making. Okay, he's not going to answer to you. So, and they're sponsored. They're sponsored or they're in partnership with some company and they're doing the videos together. They will not be honest with you and they're not going to be frank with you. Okay, so it is difficult for you to get the best possible answers from them. I'm not saying they're not accurate. Sure, they're accurate about certain things, like, okay, bending light here a little bit by a certain percentage. The bright levels are a little bit over the line on the curvature. These little geeking nitpick points, I get that. I understand it. But they're not going to be like 100% frank with you. They're going to have a preference, you know. But that's for another matter, you know. You guys know how I feel about the sponsored YouTubers. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm just not, you know, because especially when you are sponsored by television. If you want to have a sponsor, here's what I want to say when it comes to sponsors. And people get this twisted. People make videos about me saying, oh, I hate sponsored YouTubers. I don't hate them. I just don't like the ones that they're doing a television YouTube videos and they're sponsored by televisions, companies. I don't like a YouTube channel that does a projector videos only, but they're sponsored by a company that sells projectors. It's a conflict of interest. I would rather be sponsored by Home Depot or Walmart or Target than to be sponsored by a television company that only sells televisions, because that's a conflict of interest. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind YouTubers having a sponsor. You should have a sponsor. You got to make money. I don't blame you. But you shouldn't be sponsored by a television shop. That's a conflict of interest. Meaning, I cannot expect you to be honest, because your TV company, TV shop company is going to say, hey, we have to push OLEDs this year. We have to push this brand this year. Guys, we're not selling OLEDs this year. We need to push it. Come on, man. Use your technical jogger. Use your smooth voice. Do some video editing. Put it together. Blah, 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 blah. Let's start selling. I cannot take you seriously when you have that conflict of interest. That's just the way I feel. You know, and this is where all the hate comes to me, because I'm telling the truth. I'm not against people being sponsored. If you want to be sponsored by Staples, that's fine. As long as you're not selling pencils, be sponsored by Staples. You want to be sponsored by Nvidia? Fine. Be sponsored by Nvidia, as long as you're not promoting graphics cards. Do something else. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to say here? Conflict of interest. All right, let's get back to the questions. DJ says, guys, if you want to pay more than $2,500 for a 4K HDR TV, LG OLEDs is the best you can have it, right, for high end. Q9F is losing shadow detail that is coming from the Q9 owners on YouTube. Yeah, but DJ, that's their opinion. That is their opinion, and I'll be the judge of that. I'll look at it and I'll be the judge of that. A lot of people said don't buy TCL R617. There's the bending light. I bought the TCL R617, no bending light, nothing. So you can't take it for the grain of salt about what some other YouTubers are saying. You know, some of these YouTubers, they don't know, man. They don't have that much of knowledge. about the TVs and how it works, if I was to ask him what does the chroma upsampling means? A simple question. What is the Rec 709? What does the BT 2020 means? What does the VA stands for? What does the IPS stand for? What does the internal place switching means? Explain to me step by step, what does in-plane switching means. Explain it to me in the technical terms. And don't just memorize it. Explain it to me. What actually does it do? And why is it called in-plane switching? So, DJ, these guys, they're trying to tell you this. They have an agenda. They have an agenda because they have OLED. They purchase OLED, and they are trying to push OLED to win. But right now, OLED is losing its ground. Look at statistics of the OLED. It's not being advertised anywhere. The numbers are really bad. It's not selling nowhere where it needs to be. So what does that tell you? Listen, the market, it's always going to let you know what's winning and what's not winning, whether you like it or don't, man. Now, here's the deal, DJ, Dwayne Johnson. I have no problem with picture quality. OLED has, hands down, the best picture quality, the best viewing angle, the best colors. They're all emitting by itself. Red, blue, yellow, green. Everything's coming out in the most vibrant possible way. OLED has the best picture quality, hands down. There's no debate there. I've said that on all of my OLED videos. I said OLED, hands down, has the best picture quality on the planet. And I never said that it doesn't. But, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address this big giant elephant in the room. The burn-in, the retention on the screen. Guys, I can't take that risk. I can't have a television that's $3,000, $4,000, and then I have to babysit it. I can't babysit something that's $4,000 constantly, and then have to worry about this, have to worry about that. And what happens when there's a burn-in? Let's say you're watching this video and then this pattern right here of the signal on the television burns into your TV. You're going to blame me. Oh, no, look what happened to my OLED. This lines will always be there. And you just spent $4,000. I cannot take that risk. If LG Laboratories can give me an OLED, organic light emitting diodes, that will not have a burn-in, tomorrow I go buy it. Actually, today I go buy it. But show me that you fixed this burn-in problem. I buy it today. The best goddamn OLED TV from Sony. I'll buy it today. But until that day, let me know. Right now, that's not the case. And that's all I got to say about that. That's where my stance comes in on OLED. I love the picture quality, but I will not take that damn chance on having the burn-in for $4,000. Yeah, go ahead, DJ. Let me see. I know, DJ. I know you have Samsung, and I know you love Samsung. But, you know, you can't just pay attention to these YouTubers, man. These YouTubers have an agenda. They love OLED, and this is where all the hate comes from. It comes from that OLED camp. I guess everybody United Kingdom bought an OLED. I guess. I don't know. Maybe they listen to Ridley Scott because Ridley Scott lives in London. I don't know. But everybody from UK, it's shitting on me because they bought an OLED. I swear to you, man. Something about UK and everybody buying OLED in UK. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe because of Vincent Teo. I don't know. And I have nothing against the UK, people living in UK, buying the OLED TVs. Fine. But don't tell me it's the best thing there is. It is not. Because of a faulty technology that's built behind it. You know? It's not going to last you too long. It might last you for 2 years, and then after 2 years, it's going to go bad. And then what are you going to do? Your warranty has expired, you have a burn-in, and you just flushed down the $4,000 down the toilet. And God forbid, you are financing that TV with a credit, and you haven't paid it off. Then you're an even bigger problem. So you see what I'm trying to say? You see where I'm coming from with this? I cannot recommend something that it's still fragile. If LG Laboratories can convince me and fix this problem, if they can invite me to South Korea and show me that they're able to fix this problem in their labs, that they were able to somehow regulate this organic light emitting diode burn in so it stops being stops having this issue, then I'll more than happy be glad to go ahead and purchase an OLED. Hopefully that answers this once and for all OLED debate that people have against me. They think I hate OLED. I don't hate OLED. I'm not willing to hold a jersey that says I love OLED when it has problems. It has problems. All right, let's continue. All right, DJ. Let's see. Yeah, that's exactly my point, DJ, man, that the lifespan, it's just, look, Q9FN, it's not the, you know, the perfect TV. Sure, here's the thing, guys. There's no perfect TV. But I would rather sacrifice a little bit of that bending light on the viewing angle. Just a little bit of that bending light. Just a tiny little bit of that bending light than to have a burn-in. That's just me. Let's see. I gotta answer some questions here. Sorry about that. Zdukart says, hi, which HDMI cable should I use for 4K TV? Receiver 2, Xfinity 4K box. Oh, that's easy. Belkin. Go to your Apple store. Go to your Apple store. Get yourself a Belkin. Belkin cable, honestly, is like the best cable you can get right now. The best cable you can get is the Belkin. Get yourself a Belkin cable. It's called the ultra high speed cable. They don't call it 2.1. They call it ultra high speed. Remember, you're looking for Belkin ultra high speed cable. Don't worry about 2.1. Okay? They go by ultra high speed for 2.1 and then high speed for 2.0. So look for ultra high speed Belkin cable. They're $30. I got 6 of them. I bought it for like $180. I got 6 of them. And I connected to all of my devices. They're the best cables out there. They're future proof. You're not going to go wrong with the Belkin 2.1. It's the best price you're going to get. Belkin ultra high speed cables. There you go. Go to your Apple store. I think it's only Apple selling it. You got to go to the Apple store. Find your Apple store near you and go in there, walk in and buy it. Don't say 2.1. If you ask the Apple clerk, well, where's your Belkin 2.1? They don't know what you're talking about. Just ask him, where is your ultra high speed Belkin cable? If it says ultra high speed, that's the 2.1. All right, well, there you have it. Let me see. Expert Joey says, how long do you think it will take LG to fix OLED burn-in issues? Oh, let's see. It's been how many years now? 4 years since OLED. It's been 4 years and they still can't fix this issue. I don't think they'll ever fix it. I don't think you, scientifically, technically, you cannot fix that issue due to the nature of technology. You just can't. You can't fix that issue, bro. You can't. You just can't. Just like plasma, they couldn't fix that issue of burning out. You can't, guys. There's certain technologies, there's nothing you can do about it because of the nature of that technology. That's just the way it is. I don't think they can. I don't think they can. If they could, they would by now, but they can't. I think micro LED is going to be something that's going to jump into the next technology that's going to be called MLEDs. MLEDs, that's going to be the big thing, man. Micro LEDs. I would definitely keep an eye on micro LEDs. Unfortunately, OLED is just a matter of time, man. By 2020, 2021, you're barely going to see any OLEDs, man. You're going to see them on the floor, like really cheap, for like $1,500, $1,600. I'm serious, guys. You heard it first from me, from the Prophet. Killer Tone, can't wait for Horizon 4 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey on your channel, bro. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. To do Red Dead Redemption 2 and Forza Horizon 4 and Assassin's Creed. I'm looking, but I'm really more excited about, honestly, all these other games. They shouldn't even be released in the same month that Red Dead Redemption 2 is being released. I think Red Dead Redemption 2, no one's going to bother playing Assassin's Creed. No one's going to bother playing Forza Horizon. Red Dead Redemption 2, once Red Dead Redemption 2 gets released, all these other games, honestly, no one's going to care about. I'm telling you right now. I know I'm not going to touch Assassin's Creed until I start finishing my tests on Red Dead Redemption 2. It is stupid for these companies to be releasing it next to a big giant. Like, why are you releasing such a... that would be like me... Hold on. That would be like me releasing a movie, a budget movie, next to the Avatar opening. Avatar 2. Guess who's going to go see what movie? They're going to see Avatar 2. They're not going to see my budget movie. So I just don't understand why these developers do that. It's just so stupid. You know what I mean? I'm good with the games until Red Dead comes out. Yeah. But I will play Battlefield 5 when the Battlefield 5 comes out in November 20th, which is just in time for Thanksgiving. So that gives you enough time to play Red Dead Redemption 2. By then, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be somewhere out there 60%, 68% with the game, with Red Dead Redemption 2. So you will be able to kind of take a little break from Red Dead Redemption and play Battlefield 5. Will I be okay when Captain Marvel defeats Thanos? Under one exception. I will only be okay that Captain Marvel defeats Thanos if Captain Marvel says, "You're my daddy." She has to call him daddy first before she can defeat him. And I think Thanos will be okay if she calls him a daddy. She needs to call him a daddy, Big Daddy, and then she can defeat him. Okay? So that's the only way I can see being okay with Captain Marvel defeating Thanos. She needs to say, "You're my Big Daddy," and then Thanos says, "Okay, bring it on." Yes, Dwayne Johnson, there's a lot you didn't know about me, man. Not only did I have C7, I had C6 and B6. I was the guy that first adopted to the OLED when Sir Ridley Scott started advertising with the LG. I was the first one to jump on this technology. The only reason I couldn't keep it is because it was too expensive, and all these horror stories I heard about the burn-in and retention on the screen, I just couldn't take that risk. I couldn't take that risk, bro. That was the main reason why I returned it. I just couldn't take that risk. I guarantee you, if I kept my C7, I would have a burn-in by now. I guarantee you, there would be a burn-in by now. I guarantee you, there would be a burn-in. I'm 100% sure there would be. 100%. Well, Juicy Bones, I'm looking to buy a DSLR camera. This is something I want to buy for Thanksgiving or before Thanksgiving. I want to get a really good 4K Sony DSLR camera. And then I want to start making my videos like in a 10-minute, really good high-end quality videos. So that way you guys can look at the televisions and look at it in much better quality. Again, even when I do those videos, you guys will gonna have to have a really good internet speed to watch those videos. It's listen, OLED DJ, the C7 has an amazing. I saw John Wick 2 on the OLED. The colors pop, especially that scene at the end when they go to the mirrors, all the mirrors reflecting with the LED lights. It looks amazing. OLED looks amazing. It has one of the best HDRs. I mean, if you want the best HDR, OLED's going to give you that. Why? Because every and each color it's emitting by itself. including the pitch black deep dark levels and bright white digital levels. Everything it's emitting by itself, so you're getting a much better picture HDR quality. Mr. Moss says my C6V OLED got a burn in, and now I got a hold on, I gotta get my camera. I gotta unplug and plug in my camera, guys. I gotta do this really quick. Give me 1 second. Just bear with me a little bit. All right, here we go. I gotta fix this. All right, that's better. I have an OLED too, and I love it. Well, that's great, man. If you love, it means that if the OLED light is put all the way to high, so that's on the screen, like let's say CNN and OLED light all the way up, which I'm sure you guys will have that OLED light all the way up. You're not going to have your OLED dimmed down. You're going to have it all the way up. For a long period of time, you're going to have a burn in with that logo. It's not going to happen right away, but about a year, 2 years from now, a year and a half, you're going to have that burn in. It's going to happen. Okay? Especially if you're watching sports channels and news networks that have CNN logo, all these logos and whatnot, you're going to have those stationary logos burn in. Okay? And that's what happens. Meaning that the cells are burning out. Those emitting, light emitting diode cells are burning out. And that's what you're going to get. It's that little stamp. Think of it like a stamp. When you stamp something and leaves like a tattoo. Like enclave. Think of it like you enclaving something into a cell, and you making an enclave. You're making something be visible. Like you enclaving a letter or something. Mr. Moss says, I personally think OLED at the moment it's a waste of money, and the problem is you will be so worried about the burning. Listen, I had OLEDs. Plenty of my friends have OLEDs, and they all said the same thing. They said, man, this is too much of a headache. This is too much of a problem that I have to worry about. You know, you're not supposed to worry about when you spend $3,000, when you spend $4,000, you're not supposed to worry about anything. You're not supposed to babysit that TV. You should have the best of the best. If OLED claims to be the best of the best in terms of technology, well, then why do you have to babysit it? Why do you have so many issues? Why do you have so many problems? If that's the case. But that's not the case. That's the case that these fanboys of OLED are justifying with what they purchase, because they're so butthurt that they spend $3,000, $4,000, and now they need some kind of clarification, justification on the money they spent. But they're not going to tell you about the burn-in. They're not going to tell you about the issues. I had a friend of mine who had this problem. Wayne Strudwick, my friend in UK. His TV shuts down totally. It didn't even work anymore. It just stopped. Also, you cannot face your OLED TV next to your window. You cannot have any sunlight projecting into your TV. Okay, you cannot have any sunlight projecting into a TV. You got to be careful with that too. There's so many issues with this organic light emitting diode technology that it's something that I just can't recommend. If OLED was cheap, if it was like $900, $700, $800, if it was really cheap, I say, well, give it a try, man. Take one, whatever. You know, it's only $600, $700. The hell with it, you know. But we're talking big money here. We're talking big money. And I just can't. Under those circumstances, as somebody that lives by principle and honesty, I cannot recommend that. Okay? I just can't do that. Let's see what else we got. Dwayne Johnson says, the web, how did I not knew about this channel before? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Well, you know, there's a lot of channels out there. You know, there's a lot of... YouTube is a huge, gigantic community of channels. There's so many channels. Everybody's out there trying to be the best, competing. It's one competitive... this is how capitalism works. It's competitive business. You want to be successful? Well, the success will take a shot at you, and you're going to have enemies. People will hate the fact that you are getting the numbers and they're not getting the numbers, and they will do anything they can to bring you down. That's the way of competition. That's how the capitalism works. But you got to know how the game's being played. You know, I'm sure DJ will tell you this. Dwayne Johnson will tell you this. If Dwayne Johnson listened to everybody, he would have never been a wrestler. He would have never been an actor. But he is who he is because he didn't listen to all the naysayers, and now he is who he is. Right, DJ? Let's see. Khalid Taker. Q7 or C7, Dwayne Johnson says. DJ says. Q7 or C7. DJ, go with a... If you can reach, go with a Q8F. Brother, go with a Q8F. It's the best local dimming, pitch black, dark levels you're going to get for an LED. It's not going to be exactly like OLED, but it's going to be near OLED pitch black, deep dark levels with a Q8FN. Get a Q8FN. Forget about the C7, man. Save some money. Get a Q8FN. And I just can't recommend C7 to you, DJ, because if you have a burn-in and there's a good percentage of risk that you might get the burn-in, and then you're going to say to me, man, Eden, you recommended C7 to me, and now I got this burn-in, bro. What the hell? I don't want you to end up in that kind of a position. So I say get a Q8FN. Like when they cut the price for Thanksgiving or Black Friday or something, wait for like a good price on that thing. Because we're just right now into a fall. The holiday season is just right around the corner, guys. October's going to be in about a week or so. We're entering the holiday season pretty soon. So these TVs going to start dropping down in price a little bit. So now is a great time to start hunting for a good TV. Yeah, follow me on the Mixer, man. Get me on the Mixer. What's up, Alyssa Aussie? How you doing, Alyssa Aussie? How are you? Alex Alvera. I had C7 for 2 years and put about 3 hours of gaming a day, no burn-in anywhere. It's been better than my Q9. Well, I'm glad that it didn't happen. You know, but you babysitting the TV, most likely. I'm glad it didn't happen to you, but in the back of your mind, you know there's that percentage that it might happen. It's like a cancer, man. It's like, I hope I don't get a stage 2, stage 3, but there's a good risk I might get a stage 2 or stage 3. It's kind of like that. It's a risk, you know. I'm glad that you didn't have a burn-in. That's awesome, dude. But is tomorrow the day? Is today's the day? That's the question you got to ask yourself, Alex. Is today the day? Is tomorrow the day? Is next month the month when I'm going to have a burn-in? That's the risk you're taking, brother. All right, let's see what else we got. Alex, not to say that it's not possible. Well, that's the risk you're going to take, brother. I don't want to take that risk, man. I mean, I'm glad you love your OLED. I'm glad that Wayne Strudwick here has OLED. What's up, Mr. Struders, man? Mr. Struders will tell you a story. He had an OLED and it had a bunch of problems. The previous OLED was a B6 or C6. I'm not sure. Now he got a B7. So far, he hasn't had any issues, but that's because he's doing a high maintenance on that TV. He's taking care of it. But back of his mind, even Mr. Struders will tell you, he knows in the back of his mind that there's a good possibility. There's a good possibility tomorrow's the day. The next month could be the next month when I might have that burn in. I personally don't want to take that risk. That's just me. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I don't want to take that risk. I like to have something that, like KS8000. There's a that, guys. There's a KS8000 right over here. I have a KS8000. It still works. It still works. I don't have any issues with it. I had it for 3 years. So, let's see. Nah, Mr. Struders, man, you got it wrong, bro. Mr. Struders, you read me wrong. You know, I know he wants me to jump into the OLED, but man, Mr. Struders, you gotta wait till next month. Mr. Struders, you're gonna hate me even more next month. I think next month is going to awaken, like, it's gonna be like, how I'm trying to find something funny to say here. I think next month, the outrage, the kind of protests you're gonna see on my channel from all these OLED fanboys, when they see what I'm gonna do next month, it's gonna be unbelievable. It's gonna be like the biggest protests ever when they see what I have in the market for them. So stay tuned. Oh man. Khalid Taker says, what do you think about the latest Sony X900E update? Honestly, I haven't seen nothing new. I have the update. I don't know what they've done that's new. I checked the picture settings. I didn't see nothing new. I haven't noticed any new features, nothing. I don't know exactly what they've done. I have to look into it, but I don't know if what they've done, honestly. I don't think it's anything majorly big. Maybe they fixed some issues with the motion flow or something like that, but I don't think it's anything anything big, like anything majorly big that's like huge. You know, that's the only thing, Mr. Struders, Wayne, that's the only thing that I miss about the OLED. It's the WebOS and that magic V mode. You know, that magic V mode. That's like the only thing that I miss. It's that magic V mode, man, and I love that Nintendo V mode. I love it. It was so much fun. Let me see what else we got here. Oh God, 2:13. Holy moly macaroni! I know it's 2 hours now. We've been doing this for 2 hours. Let's see what else we got. I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible, so that way you guys don't have to ask me these questions later on. Because I don't like when people ask me these questions when I'm live streaming, because I cannot focus on the game if I have to think about answering your questions. And I also don't like typing in the comment sections, you know, for hours and all that. I'm not much of a typing guy, man. That's for women. That's for chicks. They love to type. They love that stuff. Me, I'm not a huge fan of typing. I'm more of a guy who likes to talk. Let me just talk. Let me just tell you. Let me just tell you, use my hands like Italian over here. Huh? Red Dead Redemption is going to be amazing, bro. Yes, there's no question about that. Red Dead Redemption 2, 10 out of 10. Across the aisle on both Xbox and PlayStation, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It's going to be a masterpiece. Yet another masterpiece, and end of story. That's that. And it's going to sell so many copies over the weekend from Friday all the way through Monday. It's going to be a big seller. And that's that. End of story. Next year we'll see the PC version, and that's that. There you go. Okay, what else we got? Let's do some more questions, and after that I'm going to have to call it quits. I think I answered a lot of questions here. I'm going to try to do this. Hold on. I'm going to try to do this like every Sunday. Every Sunday I'm going to try to do this. But next time I do this, I'm going to use OBS, Streamlabs. I'm not going to use this because it's out of sync. I'm not going to use the Elgato. I'm going to use OBS. OBS works much better, and I'm going to use the OBS as me doing these Q&A, questions and answers. Elgato is really a garbage when it comes to streaming and using a high-end microphones. It just doesn't work well. So OBS, it's going to be my software next time I do these Q&As. Episode 3 next Sunday, I will use the OBS. Will be much better. Everything will be synced in. It's not going to be out of sync like it's right now. It looks like I'm doing a kung fu movie. It's not going to be like that. Q7's good, man. You know, it still has the edge lit top to bottom. Here's the thing. I think you should have gone for Q8F, honestly, because Q8F, it's full array local dimming, and it's as close to an OLED deep dark levels. It's not completely OLED deep dark levels, but for an LED backlit, what Q8F and Q9F are doing, it's the best. It's as close to Z9D. It's equal to Z9D, Sony. So you should have gone with the Q8F, man. What I would have done, I would have returned that or exchanged that if you still can, and get yourself a Q8F, man. Get yourself a Q8F for like $2,200, $2,300. Wait for it on sale or something, and then you don't have to worry about the burn-in, dude. You can go to gym, lift your weights, leave the TV on. You can go on your yacht and travel. You can leave the TV on. Don't have to worry about the burn-in, man. Don't have to babysit the TV. I don't want to babysit, man. I like to do my things. I like to go out, work out, do this, do that. I don't want to babysit. I want to leave my TV on when I leave the house and not worry about the burn-in. I just don't want to babysit, dude. I'm not going to spend money, $3,000, $4,000 to babysit something. The LG should pay me for babysitting. I shouldn't have to pay and then pay extra money to babysit. Doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Mr. Struders? Wait till 2019 before buying a new TV. HDMI 2.1 sets or 2020. Mr. Struders, you can't keep up, man. Here's I want to say something. I understand what Wayne's trying to say here, but Wayne, if you are into TV market, here I want to say something. I want to say something really quick that I think it's really important. And I think I should end this episode 2 with this kind of a statement. So I want you guys to listen very carefully what I'm about to say next. If you are into TV markets simply to compete, if you're buying TVs just so you can compete with the other person, then my friend, you are in the wrong field. You're in the wrong department. You're gonna be bankrupt. You're gonna be sitting on the side of the sidewalk somewhere holding a sign that says, "I'll work for food." Don't do that. You can't compete with technology, people. You can't. The only people who can compete with technology and have the best and the latest, it's the people who are wealthy, people who have money, people who make 79, 100 million a year. They have wealth, they have money, so they don't care. They always have the best of the best. But if you're a middle class and you're making 80 grand, 60 grand, even 30 grand, you can't do that. You need to get something that's going to last you for about 5 years. Get a good balanced TV. Remember, the key word is the balance. Get a really good balanced TV that's going to last you 5 years. I have my KSA 1000 now for 4 years, and I still can watch it. It still works fine. There's no problems. You know, so if you want to compete, you're going to lose. You're already setting yourself up to fail. You're setting yourself up to fail if you are in a market to compete. You're setting yourself to fail immediately. You can't compete. Look, if you're going to get an OLED, if you really like have this itch and you got to have OLED and you're like, I don't know, everybody's built differently Everybody's got a different DNA. Everybody's got a different state of mind. Everybody got different hats. Everybody joins a different party, different clubs. I'm not here to judge, man. We're very complex human beings. If you really gotta buy that OLED and you gotta have it, like I gotta have OLED. Like, I don't care. Do yourself a favor. Get a warranty, man. If you gotta buy that OLED, get yourself a warranty. For 2 years, renew the warranty every 2 years, get yourself a warranty. If you gotta buy the OLED. If you don't buy that warranty, you're making a grave risk mistake. You're taking a huge risk. Yeah, but Mr. Struders, here's the point you're missing, Mr. Struders. And this is the point that Vincent Teo's missing. Yes, QLED, it's 2000 nits. It's very bright. But you have the option to reduce that backlit. I can reduce the backlit for the night viewing. I can do 2 presets on the Q9FN. I can do a preset for a daytime, and I can do a preset for a nighttime. All I have to do is reduce the backlit to like 69-70%. Move the contrast to like 89-83%. So I can do that. So I can adjust. It's not like Q9FN. It always stays at 2000 nits and you can reduce it. Of course you can reduce it. You can make different presets. You can do a nighttime preset calibration, and then you can do a daytime preset calibration, you know. But this is something that Vincent Teo failed to acknowledge when he was talking about the white bright curvature line that was a little bit off. He failed to mention that if you lower that backlit and that contrast, you can adjust that curvature line to stay in the same equal point. He forgot to mention that. Why he forgot to mention that? I don't know. Maybe because he wants to push OLED sales. I don't know. Maybe he wants to push Sony OLED sales. I don't know. I do know the guy is sponsored. That's all I know. And I know I'm not sponsored by a TV shop. And I know he's telling you always, constantly, go visit this guy's shop. Go visit this guy's shop. Tell him Teo sent you. Tell him I sent you. Teo sent you. That's a conflict of interest, man. You know this, I know this, and even the haters who are watching this video, they know that. Even he knows if he's watching this, if Vincent is watching this, he knows that as well. You know. Whether you like it or not, Winnie, you know that. That's a conflict of interest, man. Alright, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I think that's it. No, stay away from Sharp, dude. Stay away from Sharp, man. That's just bad, dude. If you're going to buy a Sharp, you might as well buy CRT TV with a VHS cassette player. No, really. Get yourself a, go to eBay, buy yourself a Sharp CRT or Toshiba CRT with a cassette player that's about, I don't know, 19 inches. And watch it. Watch the cassette player scrambled CRT screen. I mean, it's that bad, bro. It's bad. What about the NU8000? It has 120 Hertz refresh rate. If you're into gaming, if you're planning on using a PC, connecting your PC to that television to have 120 frames per second, 120 Hertz refresh rate, I say go ahead with that. Xbox One X has that option where you can switch between 120 Hertz to 60 Hertz. If that's something you're into, then go ahead and grab that. But it has full rail local dimming, but it's not like as many dimming zones as, for example, TCL R617. It has a decent count of local dimming zones, and the color gamut, it's not as wide as, let's say, Q6F or Q7F or Q9FN. So it's a decent color gamut. It has a decent peak brightness, and full rail local dimming, it's okay. It's not like the greatest full rail local dimming. The only benefit of that TV is the fact that it's not edge lit, and it has 120 Hertz refresh rate. That's about it. That's all there is to it. So I don't know if there's anything else. I'm gonna let you guys ask one more question, and I'm gonna call it quits. I've been doing this now for what, 2.5 hour and a half, episode 2. You guys can ask one more question, and then we're gonna call this a quits. I think I answered pretty much all of your questions here. I'll let a couple of more questions go by, and then that's it. Come on, guys, let's go. You have to go to the option menu. You got to go to the video options menu on the display, and it's there. You can choose there. I'll do a video on that one of these days. Don't worry about it. Cannot explain that to you right now, but I can do a video on that one of these days. Don't worry, I'll show you how to do that. It's really not that difficult. It's as simple as you clicking options, going down, scrolling, and that's it. Who asked the most questions? Well, that's a good question. I think DJ asked the most questions. As always, Dwayne Johnson, man, asked as many questions as possible. I'm kind of scrolling through it right now. I want to see. I think I answered pretty much everybody's questions. I don't think I missed everyone, honestly. Dylan, this is all your fault, Dylan. You set us up. Thank you, Dwayne Johnson. You should be in the Predator. Why didn't you buy the Predator? You always talk about the Predator. You should be in the Predator. You should do this movie. You should do the proper Predator movie. The Dwayne Johnson should be in the Predator. That's who they should have hired to be in the Predator. The Dwayne Johnson should be the Predator Commando. Okay. Thank you, DJ. All right, so that's it. I guess no one else has any questions. Everything's good. Yeah, follow me in the mixer. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate it. We had a deep conversation about the science and technology and when things are going. Elon Musk was mentioned. As you all know, I'm not a huge fan of Elon Musk. I mean, I have nothing against him personally as a person. I just don't agree with his point of views. That's all. Because he's not the first person that actually invented. I don't know, what did he invent? He didn't invent electrical cars. Electrical cars have been invented first since 1930s. Ford tried to do that with electric cars, batteries, but they didn't run too fast. They were running maybe 20 miles an hour, 22 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. It just wasn't suitable at the time. That's why they went with the engine and the fuel and all that. But he wasn't the first guy to invent, electric cars or solar and all of that stuff. So I don't know what exactly did he invent. And then he uses a Tesla name stapled onto his cars that cost about 100,000, 80,000, 90,000. Tesla was not about exploiting the money. Nikola Tesla was about inventions and giving everybody this technology for everyone, not just for a certain class of people. And then you have Elon Musk praising the worst scumbag in American history, Thomas Edison. The worst scumbag in the American history. Piece of shit, what he was. I can say it easily, he was a piece of shit. Thomas Edison, with all these bankers exploiting technology to make money. The worst piece of shit is what he was. And he's praising him. That's his role model. Yet he's using Nikola Tesla's name. I'm sure Nikola Tesla is turning in his goddamn grave. Don't get me started with Elon Musk. And Joe Rogan kissing his ass. Seriously, I'm getting tired of Joe Rogan too, kissing his ass like a shill. Why do you gotta kiss ass, bro? I thought you were supposed to be the guy that asked really hard-hitting fucking questions, dude. But he's kissing his ass. I don't kiss nobody's ass. I'm gonna hit you hard, front and center. I'm gonna hit you hard. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think. Whether you like it or not, man. I'm gonna roast you. If I'm interviewing you, I'm gonna roast you badly. I'm gonna squeeze you badly. That's what you're supposed to do on the interview. But no, he's kissing his ass. They're smoking weed. They're enjoying. Whatever happened to you, Joe? Come on. Whatever, dude. I love Joe. I love Joe Rogan, but come on, man, dude. You know. Then he says he's a friend of Alex Jones for 20 years, but he throws him under the bus. He's afraid to say anything good about Alex, calling him a nutcase, because he's afraid of all the sponsors and shills in LA that are run by majority of liberals. He's afraid of losing. He's afraid of getting his channel shut down. He's afraid of losing his UFC chair. Well, that's the problem, dude. You're afraid. You're afraid to speak out, you know. But that's not how you treat a friend, dude. You don't treat a friend by, for 20 years, you burning him down. You throwing him under the bus. If DJ's my friend, and he does something wrong, I will apologize. Guys, on behalf of me and DJ, I apologize for what DJ has done, but he's still my friend. I'm still going to support him. He's still my friend. If Kevin Spacey was my friend, I don't give a shit what he has done. He's still my friend. If Matt Lauer, it's my friend, I don't give a shit what he has done. I apologize that he caused you pain, but he's still my friend. I don't give a shit how you feel. That's what you're supposed to do, to protect your friends no matter what. You don't burn them down for some company, corporation shill. You don't do that, man. You are shill. That's what you are, for some corporate master on the puppeteering strings. All right, guys. Well, I get upset about that shit, man. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I would do. I don't care. Dude, seriously. If Matt Lauer was my friend, I don't give a shit whose ass he was grabbing, whose tits he was grabbing. I will apologize. I apologize on behalf of Matt Lauer that he caused you the pain. But he is my friend. If Kevin Spacey did something shitty, I would say I apologize on behalf of Kevin Spacey and me, but he's my friend. He's my friend. I'm sorry for the pain that he caused you, but he's my friend. I'm not going to say some bad shit about him. He's my friend. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what friends are for life. You protect your friends no matter what. You don't sell yourself to the high bidder, you know. All right, Mr. Struders, everybody, thank you guys. I appreciate it. This is how I am, guys. I say it the way I see it. I'm the real deal. I don't hide behind somebody's skirt. I don't hide behind corporate shill with the strings attached to it. I'm here to tell you exactly how I am. Even when I started this YouTube channel, I wanted to do this YouTube channel as real as possible. It's me. It's really me. I don't care if there's people out there that don't like me. That's okay. I don't expect everybody to like me. That's part of life. Some people will like you. Some they will not like you. It would be bizarre and weird to have everybody like me. That would be bizarre and weird. I would feel like a god. Like, what is this? Everybody likes me. This is weird. That's part of life. Some people will like you, some they won't. But I don't live my life based on who likes me and who don't like me. I live my life based on me and how I feel about the things. I'm here to tell you me. This is true me, whether you like it or not. This is me. You have to deal with it. This is me. And that's all there is to it. I ain't gonna change for nobody. I sure as hell am not for sale. Never will be for sale. I have my principles. No one can buy me. People have approached me. They try to sweet talk me with this bullshit salesman talk. They try to buy me off and have me do something for them and run this, run that. Guys, I don't do that. I don't sell myself. I have my principles. I will live by my principles, and I guarantee you 1000% I will die by my principles. That's how it is. All right, thank you guys. Have a good one. Yeah, Rocky, man. Let's do this shit. Let's do it. Later, guys. Thank you for stopping by. It was always a pleasure to have you in. Dwayne Johnson, DJ, Expert Joey. Who else we got? Dwayne Johnson. I already mentioned Dwayne Johnson 3 times. Who else? Everybody, listen. Whoever I missed, I'm sorry, but I think I covered everybody. Expert Joey, Juicy Bones, The Weeb, Mr. Moss, Maximus, Killer Tone, Fake Vincent Tech, Zdukart, Drifter, Tom. Look, everybody, thank you for stopping by. We're going to do this every Sunday. Next episode, episode 3, I'm going to use OBS Streamlabs, so that way you don't have this out of sync kung fu style of a movie live stream happening. So my next episode, episode 3, I'm going to use OBS Streamlabs, and there won't be any issues with the sync. So I apologize about that. This is just the way Elgato is. Their software, it's garbage. It's not that good. OBS Streamlabs is the best way to do it. And I apologize for not using Extreme OBS. I'm going to do that next time on the next episode, episode 3. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Enjoy it. I appreciate it. And that's it. I think I covered everybody here. That's it. Yeah. Can we see me get drunk? Dude, no. You'll never see me. You want to see me get drunk, dude? You got to hang out with me, bro. You got to go to the pub. You got to hang out with me, man. That's it. If you guys want to get drunk with me, we got to do it in person, man. We got to hang out. Either I go to UK and I go to your pubs and we drink, or you guys come down here to Miami and we both get drunk together. That's the only way that's going to be. All right, guys. Thank you. It was awesome. It was cool. Some really good, great questions you asked, all of you. I appreciate all the questions, and I appreciate all the support. So, I know, Mr. Struders, I will, man. When I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to go to the UK, bro. I'm going to go see Mario. I'm going to see Curtis. I'm going to see Mr. Struders. And yes, I'm going to look for these salty OLED fanboys out there. I'm going to go through the London, and I'm going to look for these OLEDs. I'll have a camera, live feed camera, and I'm going to look for the salty OLEDs. I said, where's the salty OLEDs? Fanboys. I need to find them. So here I am. I'm right here. I'm in London. Right here. Get a piece of me. I'm right here in London. So once I hit 100K, I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do, I swear to God, I'm going to fly out to London and we're going to do it, man. All right, thank you. Best 4K reference disc, I think it's the one by Disney. Oh, you mean the, I'm sorry. I thought you asked about the calibration. The best 4K reference disc right now at the moment is Transformers The Last Night. Transformers The Last Night, it's the best 4K HDR reference disc that you can get. I mean, the way Michael Bay was shooting with the cameras, the background, the glare, the sunset, the bright skies, especially the fact that he shot the entire, almost the entire movie in UK with the beautiful hills and mountains and everything. Look, man, Transformers The Last Night is definitely the best reference. Infinity War, it's good, but here's the problem. Infinity War uses a lot of heavy CGI. The thing with Transformers The Last Night, there is CGI, but there's a lot of scenes where there's no CGI, where there's a lot of background with the military, the helicopters. There's a lot of scenes where you can appreciate that higher resolution with HDR and 4K and Dolby Vision. All right, guys. Well, there you go. There you have it. I'm done. I'm out of here. That's the last question that I answered, and that's it. I'm done, guys. That's it. Sorry, man. Too late. It's over. It's over. Done. I'm over. Later. Peace.